Thank you. Thank you, live. All right, guys, what is up, everybody? It's your AJTRIP. Welcome to the rapid reaction for Super Bowl 55, Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to break it down. Not like a breakdown, but we're going to break down what we can break down. Let me quickly go through and do some promoting on the social medias. I had to read the first time it wouldn't work. So, but yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be some. It's shocking. It's shocking. That's what I put out on Twitter. It's shocked. I'm shocked and I'm stunned. And not the fact that the Buccaneers won. The Buccaneers had a great chance to win, and that was that is what it is. They had a great chance to win the game. But I didn't think they would win it like this. Not 31 to 9. The Chiefs offense not scoring, wasn't able to score a touchdown. I mean, that's I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't know what happened. The Chiefs they were so much into like shooting themselves in the foot. It seemed like with penalties and dropping balls and everything like that. And the O line was just leaking like a sieve. I mean, just couldn't you know get it back to his. Just couldn't find his way back, and it was so bad, so bad for the Chiefs, so bad for the Patrick Mahomes thing, so bad. It was unreal, and it's just. And for those of us who are smart and realizes that Tom Brady is not the GOAT, him winning a seventh championship just makes people want to say he's the GOAT even more. And it just isn't. And it's so sickening. It really is. It's just crazy. It really is. And it's gosh. And it's just it's I can't speak anymore. Or like I said, right now I'm doing some promoting. We'll kind of dive deep into some other stuff that happened throughout the game in a minute. Um, but it was just not good. Really was just not good. I am again shocked and stunned and saddened at at, at, at what happened tonight. I really am. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait a minute. Here's what I do. Oh God, Kevin Harlan is trending. What is Kevin Harlan? Oh, he must have had a great call or something. And we're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about some of the commercials, the halftime show, and fuck, this is added shit. All right, let's talk about it. The yeah, it's just so game started off. We had a great rendition of America the Beautiful. Great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. A lot of people talking about the ASL guy doing the sign language. He was there. And it was he was the best part of the whole thing. We didn't get to the game. Chiefs won the toss. The fact they did defer. They've been doing that all season long. They wasn't going to stop. And it started off with some trading of some punts, or at least at the beginning. Um, Tampa Bay punted. I think Kansas City drove down and got a field goal. Then I think they traded punts, and then Tampa Bay got the ball back before the end of the first quarter. Jim Nantz even said, Tom hasn't scored a touchdown, in the first quarter of a Super Bowl. And what happens goes right down the field, hits Rob Gronkowski on a little drag route inside, touchdown, 7-3. And it's we go to the second quarter and then all hell breaks loose, and Kansas City can't do nothing right. They're getting penalties on third downs and everything like that, and letting the Buccaneers keep go down. The Buccaneers scored two more touchdowns, another a touchdown to Gronk and a touchdown to Antonio Brown, and then and the Chiefs are not doing anything, and they're just going to halftime. It's 21-6 at the half, and it's just at this point you're like, well, we've seen Kansas City do this before, right? We've seen Kansas City come back. They were down 24-0 to the Houston Texans last year, and they came back. 21-9, 21-6 isn't anything. And then they get to come out of the second half, out of the halftime, and they get to it, and again, they go the first drive. They drive down the field, can't score a touchdown, get another field goal. It's 21-9, and so you go, okay, well, you still like, okay, well, it's 21-9. That's not bad. But then Tampa Bay takes the ball, drives down the field, and scores a touchdown. It becomes 28-9. And at this point, you're starting to start to worry. You're starting to worry as a dude, 28-9 now. They're not scoring touchdowns. What's going to happen here? And it just it never felt right, and and at some point you realize that when they were coming down to the end of the third quarter, and it was like they don't really have a chance, do they? For as good as Patrick Mahomes is, and as good as that offense has been, that defense was really giving them the business, and they did not have a chance. And fourth quarter happened, and of course, you saw they turned the ball over on downs twice in the red zone on fourth down. Patrick Mahomes, all these quarterbacks, this you know, all these quarterbacks who are mobile, you know, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, you know, they seem to think they can just spin their way out of every situation. I mean, he gets run, he runs, he's trying to break free, so he spins back around and go, and he's losing yardage, and it's just incredible. You know, I'm looking at it right now. He just spins out and goes back around. I don't know what he was doing, and it just listen. Give credit to that defense. They had a great plan. They they did not do anything, special. It looks like it looked like they rushed four, and they dropped seven. They sometimes they would they would bring five. Now that's I don't even think they even blitzed. That's now that I think about it. Kansas City blitzed, but they brought four, and it was just well, no, actually they did blitz. They did blitz a couple times in the first half. They brought corner blitzes, but then they dropped other people. So they still rushed four, but then the blitzes came from other places, and it was oh my goodness, it was just unreal to see. It's unreal to see. And you just thought, you know, Patrick Mahomes was going to be better, and Patrick Mahomes didn't come out and play well. Neither did the Chiefs. Like I said, Kelsey dropped two early passes that could have been. Tyreek Hill dropped, one of those plays for the field goals. He dropped the pass and hit him right in the face. That could have been touchdown. It's it's insane. It's always crazy that you pick the. It reminds me a lot of Notre Dame. You're good. You're a good enough team to beat the other team against you, but you picked the wrong day to have a bad game, and for everybody to seemingly have a bad game. Now I understand they were missing the two tackles, and the guy is the one of the guards is in Canada helping fight COVID because he's a doctor. I understand all of that, but there's just no way with them only rushing four, even on blitzes, only having four that offensive line couldn't keep them, couldn't was leaking like a sieve, and it was sad to see as someone who wanted to see the Chiefs win. It was really really sad to see, and it was just it was incredible. Patrick Mahomes is 0-2 playoff games versus Tom Brady. 6-0 versus all other quarterbacks. And you saw someone on Twitter put the stats in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes has thrown two touchdowns, four interceptions, completed 55% of his passes, and thrown for about 540 some yards. It's just not good. It's just not good. And and this changes something for me. This does. This changes something for me because one reason why I was rooting for Buffalo is because I kind of felt that maybe Buffalo could get this one because I just had a feeling that Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes is going to go just going to go on a run, going to go on a tear. They're going to go to 7, 8, 9 two Super Bowls in a row, right? Or a lot or something like that. Who knows? Maybe 6 out of 8, or maybe or 8 out of 10 out of 7 out of 10, something like that. But they were gonna dominate the AFC, and that still may happen. But now I have to wonder if teams like Buffalo, if teams like Tennessee, if teams like Baltimore, if teams like Cleveland, if teams like Pittsburgh, if teams like Indianapolis, if if they find the right quarterback, and if the Belichick finds the right quarterback, the Patriots still are they in this? Because to me, I think this is going to be something that I think it's going to be something that is going to be um, going to be needed. It's something that people are probably going to do. They're going to sit in there. They're going to rush 4 and sit in that zone of 7. You know, and take Kelsey and Hill away. Now, sure, Kelsey and Hill are not going to have days where they dropping balls. Not like today. They're not going to have that type of game. But it's just it's an unreal. It's just an unreal feeling. I saw them as beatable. I saw them as unbeatable. The Chiefs. Now I see them as beatable. I really do. I don't like I said. If it was like a last second field goal, a last second touchdown, something like that, or maybe even like the overtime thing again, where maybe it goes to overtime and the Chief defense is tired, so the Buccaneers drive down just like they did against Atlanta and score the touchdown to win it. I could have seen the Bucs winning the Super Bowl, not like this, and not in the fashion that they did. So I have to wonder now. Are the Chiefs now going to be? Are they going to be very beatable? Are they not going to just roughshod over teams that they did and that like they do in the regular season? Are they just going to run straight over them, scoring 35, 40 points a time, or are they going to or are they now going to be stopped? Are they going to be held to 13 points, a game in a game, and then their defense is going to have to win it for them. It's going to be interesting to see. I think one thing that could have helped them was maybe a run game. Now they got the rookie from LSU, and they had the other guy from LSU, and maybe you say, okay, once Tom Brady goes up 14 to 3, 14 to 6, whatever it was, once he goes up there, maybe what we need to do is we need to pull this back, slow our roll, and let's maybe change it up a little bit, and instead of using our fastball, for a baseball analogy, instead of throwing our fastball, we're gonna throw our changeup. And so now use the run game. See, and I thought they wouldn't do that for a while because I believe it was the third quarter, right? They came out, they gave the ball to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he ran off. He ran a big run. He took a big run, and he had another run that was good. He ran for the first down. So I thought maybe they were going to go like that. But as all Andy Reid, as all Andy Reid teams seem to do, they say basically fuck it to the to the run game, and they focus on the end. Listen, when you have Patrick Mahomes, that's what you need to do, right? You do what you need to do, but it might have been a different time to try it out. This game, so Buccaneers win. Tom Brady is a Super Bowl MVP, the fifth, his fifth Super Bowl MVP. You guys know my feelings about Tom Brady. It's and I wish I was one of those people that I could just sit back and enjoy greatness and Tom Brady and LeBron James, the greatness that they are showing and they are doing is fantastic, and I wish I could just sit back and enjoy it, but I can't because because of the stuff that goes around them. You know, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. No, stop it. And then we got Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, versus the greatest quarterback of all time. Now he's trying to be the greatest NFL player of all time, and that's ridiculous as well. So it's just all of it is just it's you can't stand it. And then there's also a little bit of arrogance in Tom Brady as well. And it's not the confidence that you need to be a quarterback. It's not the good arrogance. It's the I'm good looking. I'm dating Giselle. I'm married to Giselle Bunchkin, and I now have 7 rings, and my thing is probably about 8 inches long. You know, he's got that type of arrogance in him, and it rubs off in his silly little face. That being said, there were other things to talk about with the Super Bowl, right? There were other things to talk about. The commercials. Because I thought this year's commercials were not good. I really did. I thought they were not good. I've down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 commercials that I have that I thought were good. I'm going to order. It was at the beginning. It was the M&M commercials where they were talking about the M&Ms and Dan Levy. I believe it was the Dan Levy thing. So yeah, that was a good one. There was the GM commercial with Will Ferrell, and he was wanting to go to Norway, and Keenan and Aquafina was with him. So that one was a good commercial. There was a Bud Light Legends commercial where everybody's done a Bud Light commercial from the past was good. And remember there was even what got me was from back in the 80s, 90s, the Bud Light football players. They used to do this thing. It was called the Bud Bowl for all you youngsters out there. The Bud Bowl, and it was the Bud Light versus Budweiser, and it was a Bud Bowl, and they would play football when the team would play football. They did it about 5, 6 years, something like that. It was very, very fun and very interesting. So throughout the game, they would run about 3 or 4 commercials playing the Bud Bowl, and you would get to figure out who would win in the Bud Bowl. So they had like the Bud Light with the helmets on and everything like that. I thought great. Cedric with his, show me the money, show me the money. Doing that one and having the bottle popper spray everybody. And they had the most recent ones. They also had another one with the Bud Lights again. They had that guy, so that was really good. There was a Tide commercial with Jason Alexander. And Jason Alexander's face was on somebody's hoodie. But that one was pretty good. We had the halftime show. We'll get to that in a minute. We had then we had the after the halftime show. We had the T-Mobile 5G with Anthony Anderson and his mama. They were playing football. I thought that was a really good one. Kelsey was in that one. We had the Cheetos. It wasn't me. It was Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher and Shaggy. That was a good one. Then we had the Don Cheeto commercial where we had Don Cheeto. We also had lookalikes. We had lookalikes from. Now I was almost certain. I was almost certain, and maybe to a point, and maybe they were, but I was certain that Megan Fox, Lisa Ling, or Lucy Liu, Sylvester Stallone. I don't think Sylvester Stallone one was always fake, and there was someone else, and it was Don Cheeto. And then when we saw Don Cheeto, then we realized that everybody else was lookalikes. They weren't the real people. But I saw Lucy Liu and Megan Fox was really there. I really did. I don't know who that rapper guy was, but so but yeah, I thought that commercial was good. And then there was one towards the end. Actually think it was during the 2 minute warning. The 2 minute warning when they were commercial for 2 minute warning in the fourth quarter. The Alexa commercial where the girl wants Alexa to be inhabited by, or he wants Michael B. Jordan to be inhabited by Alexa, so that she could hear stuff from him. So I thought that one was a good one as well. So, but really for most, and there was some other commercials that were you could have took it or leave it, but for the most part, it was kind of bad commercials. I think, you know, I think it's about time for us as a nation who watches the Super Bowl to stop being so enthralled about the commercials. The commercials seem to get worse and worse every year, and they're not getting better. And also, the commercials are, they're starting to do other things as well. They're not, it's nuts. Sure, every night they do get a commercial with Will Ferrell, and Will Ferrell's doing things. Tracy Morgan had 2 commercials, and Amy Schumer was in a mayonnaise commercial. John Cena was in a Mountain Dew commercial. And apparently if you get the Mountain Dew thing, you can win like $1 million or something like that, whatever it was. But yeah, you had those, but it's just it was just a really bad year of commercials, in my opinion. And now, like the Super Bowl halftime show, The Weeknd. The Weeknd's got some nice songs. The Super halftime show is not something that I can to take and leave. Depending on the act, I think depending on the act is what is how you going to see the thing, right? Because for me, the best ones are for people I like, from Katy Perry, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, Michael Jackson, old school, right? Yeah, so those are like ones that I like. But then when you do like the things like when they did the Who and like the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, and God damn, Prince is the most overrated person in the history of music, isn't he? Again, four or five nice good hits, but not enough for everybody to say he's just the greatest, and he didn't have the greatest halftime show. Didn't. God damn. Another person we got to stop saying is somebody better than he is. So, but yeah, it was so the Weeknd again. It was all right. It was nothing. It was nothing special. I think again, a lot of people. I see. I do think that we are now, getting to the phase where you like the halftime show depending on the artist, right? If you're a fan of the Weeknd, I think you liked it. If you're not a fan of the Weeknd, you didn't like it. I did think there's very few in between, and that's what I saw on Twitter. I saw I saw a lot of people like big Weeknd fans. This is awesome. I see other people saying, God, this is awful. This is trash. And then there was some that were in the middle, was like, I like the Weeknd, but not really. So yeah, it's very hard because everybody has different tastes. Everybody has different things. They're going to be in Los Angeles next year for the Super Bowl. I I don't know. I don't know. Super Bowl 56. I don't know if there's somebody who's like. I don't know. They could. I don't know how they're going to draw that line. What's next? They've done pretty much all of the big stars. I don't know if there's anybody else that's going to do. Do you go back to Bruno Mars, because everybody seemed to love Bruno Mars. That is one thing I will say. Everybody seemed to love Bruno Mars, and everybody was calling for Bruno Mars on Twitter once once the weekend started. So do you go to Bruno Mars? Do you go to Do you go old school and do you do like marching bands or something, or something like that? Who do you go to? So it's do you go old school? Do you do something crazy like you know like the Backstreet Boys or In Sync or something like that? Do you try to get them together and do that? Do you do someone new school like Bad Bunny? Something like that. Everybody, all the wrestling fans they had their panties in a bunch because Bad Bunny is, doing the stuff with WWE. He's the biggest superstar in the world right now when it comes to music. So, he's a wrestling fan. So, of course, WWE was going to make this happen. So, do you do Bad Bunny at halftime? Who knows? He was at he was at somebody else's halftime. Was he at? Whose halftime was he? Did he play at? Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, he played. He played this. What was it? Madonna's? No, Madonna had Missy Elliott, had MIA. Did she have Bad Bunny there? I don't know. I can't remember. But he's already guest starred at one. But maybe he have his own. But who knows? But it's so hard to try and you know it's so hard to try and do these things and make it so that everybody would enjoy them. When it comes to the halftime show. So yeah, I think we've broken down everything that happened in the Super Bowl. We've broken down the game, we've broken down the commercials, we've broken down the halftime show. Here's what I do. I will give you my thoughts on the season as a whole. We know that 2020 was going to be hard. We knew that 2020 was going to be it was going to be different than many of the seasons of past because of COVID-19, and we had games on. We just didn't have games on Saturday and on Sunday and on Monday and on Thursday. We had games on Tuesday and Wednesday as well, all to try and show to try to get it into a season. We had no postponed games. We had no excuse me. And then we had no postponed games. We had nothing like that. It was all just great stuff, and it was good because I could not have survived this fall without both college and pro football. I just could not have um I just could not have survived it. So I'm glad they went ahead and tried to play. I'm glad they went ahead and they done it. I'm glad we got a Super Bowl and we've had it and it was fun. And last and now we and now we are doing things where we are going to you know we are going to an off season that might look like this past off season according to rumor. I thought things might be different. I thought we might get the the OTAs and things like that, and some mini camps and things like that. But there's some talk that that's not going to happen. That once again, all of that is going to be virtual once again, and that's just I just I think that's going to be hard again. Hard on everybody. Again, rookies coming in. Right, we got new coaches. We got 6 or 7 new coaches. They're gonna need to get their hands on their players to see what they got. In the very early time. They just can't just watch this film, right? Because who knows? I don't know. But we got the draft. We got the draft coming up. We're gonna have, and then they're not doing the combine anymore as well. Not anymore. They're not doing the combine this year again. So it's it's going to be a lot to see what they do and how they go about it and what happens. We're going to have a draft, and it's going to be in Cleveland, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting. I think. I think I did not do it. I did not do one. I did not do a live stream last year. I think I may do one this year. Um, Depends on a lot of situations and things like that. Lauren Biden to do this. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of things that going to go down, but it was a great season. It was a fun season. Games were fun. As a Bears fan, as you can see, as a Bears fan, I'm wearing my Walter Payton jersey. As a Bears fan, I was, disappointed in the season and how the season went. Disappointed the fact that we just didn't. And we're in a situation now that where we might be getting Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. Probably, I would probably say in the next 2 days, you're going to hear something about Carson Wentz. You're going to hear something about Carson Wentz, and you're going to hear, and it's probably going to go down. It's probably going to go down with everything else, So there's that. What does that do? How does that go about? And yeah, I'm still watching things just running backwards. Why are you running backwards, Patrick? Why are you running backwards? Oh, damn it. All right, y'all. So let me tell you what's going to happen with the channel. Let me get some final thoughts on what's happening with the channel, and then I can let you guys go. So today's the 7th. This weekend, this Friday, NXT Takeover predictions for NXT Takeover. Which NXT Takeover is happening next week. So NXT Takeover predictions for that. So we have and then in 2 weeks, we're gonna have on the Saturday, right? On the Saturday, that's the 20th. We're gonna have the prediction show. We're gonna have the prediction show for the prediction show um for the Elimination Chamber pay per view, which is in 2 weeks and 2 Sundays on the 21st. So let's say that again. We're gonna have this coming Friday. That's a shoot. It's gonna be the NXT Takeover Vengeance Day predictions episode. And then we're gonna have a rapid reaction of NXT Takeover Vengeance Day next Sunday. And then next Friday, we'll see what next Friday. Next Saturday, we're going to have you're going to have the Elimination Chamber predictions show on that to shoot, and then 2 weeks from now, you're going to have the rapid reaction to after the Elimination Chamber preview on the 21st, and then I plan on that week, the 21st. I plan on taking a break from the content creation. Taking a break. Now, what does that mean? That means that unless something big happens, I'm not going to be doing any videos. Any rapid reactions, any things, any podcasts, anything like that. No content creation that week. I mean, a little bit of a vacation, and then we'll see. I got to figure out when I want to do it, because one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a top 10 video for you every month. That happens at the end of the month. So for February, I'm going to do the top 10. I already done a top 10 quarterbacks list, but I'm going to do it. I'm gonna revisit it because there are some people who who need to be on the list that are not on the list. So I'm going to revisit that and do that over again. Um, and I'll probably have that. I'll probably have that out on the 28th of February, Sunday, February 28th, the last day of the month. I probably need to record that, next week sometime. So, but yeah. So that's what's going on with the channel. As always, make sure that you subscribe and you click the notification bell so that anytime I go live, anytime I upload a video, anytime you find out anything with this channel, you can be notified of it right away. So please, and click all. Make sure you click all so that you can get everything that I put out, you can get. All right, y'all. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of tonight's Super Bowl. What you guys think happened? Give me your thoughts and opinions. What happened? One thing we didn't talk about, we didn't talk enough about, we didn't talk at all about was the refs and how they were really calling some ticky-tack fouls. I'm not gonna go there and say that the refs were, because Tampa Bay had to play. Tampa Bay, had to play. It wasn't like Tampa Bay was sucking and referees were doing this. Tampa Bay they were making plays, offensive and defensive. So I'm not gonna do that for the refs, but the refs were seemed like making some very ticky-tack calls. A lot of other things you can talk about with the game. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys feel. All right, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there, and I am out.